And welcome back to The Truth Hurts, where we expose corrupt politicians and lying corporate media. And I guess nowadays we do movie reviews because that's what the staff wants to do. William telling me, oh, we go see Barbie. And now you're wearing pink, and you think I'm going to wear pink, but I'm not going to wear pink today.
I mean, it's a free country, man. But if you want to get into it, if you really want to talk about what Barbie's about, you got to wear pink.
You even have a pink energy drink over there. Look
yes,
at this.
I do. I don't know if I can show the brand. I got in trouble for doing that yesterday.
What do you mean you got in trouble? Who made you?
I don't know. You guys commented about it on the show.
Trouble. What is that? That's not true. Why is he saying trouble? Oh, because Deep State Dawson, who also is wearing pink, you can't tell, really?
Yeah, sorry. I've got hearts in the background just in case.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so we did the Sound of Freedom review because obviously our audience wants to know about that movie, and everyone's like, oh, well, now we're just doing movie reviews. And I'm like, what do we get? I think we could do movie reviews on, like, political movies. So here's the deal. These guys conned me into believing that Barbie was a political movie.
When Ted Cruz declares war on Barbie, you know we have to do a movie review on it.
Did he do that?
Yes, he did.
What did he say?
He went on Fox News and said, I'm declaring war on Barbie.
Is he being funny? Doesn't he have daughters?
I don't think
and
that Ted Cruz is funny at all.
Matt Gaetz brought his wife to see Barbie.
That's what I did.
Yeah,
well, my wife, we have 3 children. Youngest is almost 3. Now, I love all my children, and they all are different. The 3-year-old, oh my gosh, that kid is a troublemaker. So my wife needs to get away, so we did a matinee, and that was very helpful. And I'd rather see Oppenheimer personally, but I went to see Barbie because you guys wanted to see Barbie, so we're going to review Barbie today. And we called this episode, We Destroy... What do we call this? We destroy Ben Shapiro, destroying Barbie.
I don't think we have an actual title yet, but
yeah,
if you guys haven't seen Ben Shapiro's movie review, you don't need to because we're going to be breaking it down and destroying it today. He just went on this weird 43-minute rant about Barbie. I didn't watch the whole thing, to be honest, because I just disagreed with him right out of the gate about the movie. He also had this really weird introduction. Which was kind of off-putting.
All right, well, let's play that clip here. Let's play Ben Shapiro Destroys Barbie.
I bet he loved our movie, right, Ken?
For those of you who can't wait that long, I'm going to give my review of the Barbie movie in the most Oppenheimer fashion.
What the Run.
Yeah, is he trying to he's trying to be funny, I think.
Yeah, I think
or maybe
so.
he's trying to be meta and embrace his cringiness.
Well,
I don't know.
Do you
What do you mean by
remember
meta?
Do you remember what Jake
Like
was
he realizes that he's cringy, so he's spotlighting the cringe.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Also, you remember what Jake was saying, I believe it was yesterday's show, where it's like boys strap Barbies to stuff and then blow them up and whatever.
Yeah, that's what we did. Like, girls would play with Barbies, and we would well, first of all, boys check under the skirt because you're curious at that age. And then you, put them on a bottle rocket, which never really works, and it just burns the Barbie. Well, that's the whole point of the movie when they have Crazy Barbie played by Kate McKinnon, which she did a good job. That's the whole thing. Is Crazy Barbie is not just boys but girls that hack the hair off and paint on the Barbie.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we did as
Well,
boys.
that was the Barbie that Ben Shapiro had in his hand there.
Yep.
In the video.
Which was
I
it's like
know.
the progressive Barbie. or
Well, we got to
whatever.
explain it to the audience because I guarantee most of the people watching this have not watched Barbie.
You should.
Yeah, and probably shouldn't.
It's a hot take.
That's
But my point was that I think that Ben Shapiro is trying to come off as manlier than he actually is by saying, "Look, I burn Barbies, I blow them up."
I
See?
agree with what you're saying, Dawson.
Okay.
You know, first of all, Shapiro sounded like some 56-year-old dude. I'm like, I'm pretty sure this guy's younger than me. Yeah, he's a couple years younger than me. I was like, why is he? He's gonna sound older than me, because I think the movie sucked. Actually, honestly, it was not a good movie. Okay, I'm gonna be the first one to remark on the movie, but I'm not gonna sound like Ben Shapiro. Is just it sounds like some old dude. The audience isn't me. I'm not. I went with my wife. It's not for me. Okay, there's a lot of criticism I can give of that movie. But quite frankly, I wasn't the audience. The reason it wasn't that hard to pull me to it, other than you guys saying, you should go see Barbie, is because I thought it was going to be funnier. That's why I went. Because we saw on our show the trailer, And it kind of looked like it could be a lot funnier than it was because they had some funny moments in there. No joke. Oh, that's the other thing about Shapiro. And I probably only watched 10 minutes of his review. He was upset with the reference to beating off. That was a funny scene. The beach off.
So you just contradicted yourself there. You said that the audience is not directed towards you, but you're also fine with the adult humor.
Which was interesting. Yeah, but not guy humor.
Well,
That
there
one
was a
more
little
guy
bit
humor.
of that.
That was weird.
There was a little bit of guy humor in
That
there.
was guy humor, right? And I appreciate that, but it's directed towards adults. Let's be honest. And then when I went to it, it was mostly
right. And
adults.
Ben's whole I only watched like half of his review, but his main complaint is that this is supposed to be marketed towards kids, yet it has too many adult references.
Yeah.
Which I think that's a bad take.
I don't think it's marketed towards kids. Do you guys get that? Do kids? I don't know. Do kids play with Barbies? I unfortunately can't produce girls. Apparently, I have 3 sons, so I have no idea. And I don't give my kids dolls. Right? You know, I'm not a progressive like that. And even if you gave them dolls, we know what boys do. There's a difference between genders. Okay. So
It's a hot take.
that's a stop saying
No,
that.
I don't think that it's a hot take. That's what the movie was getting at too. It was saying that there are differences between genders. That was a huge
and
part of the
women
movie.
and so if we're gonna get political, the movie, if you could attribute some value at the end of the movie, it's women are the superior gender. It was
Well,
a really bizarre
We
ending.
should back up here because again, people don't know what we're talking about. We haven't gone over the plot of the film yet.
Well, what do you think the plot of the film was?
I think it was about a Barbie doll living in Barbie Land, right? She's
Yeah.
the stereotypical Barbie. And she got tired of living that life where everything was perfect and plastic and whatever. So she goes to the real world to find her human, the girl that played
Yep.
with her. And then she discovers that the person she thought was her girl was actually the mom who was playing with her, and that's why she was getting all these sad feelings.
This is
of
why it was a bad
existent-
movie. See, he's struggling. See, this is
I'm not
tricky.
struggling.
You're
I think
oh,
I'm
you are
doing
struggling.
fine.
You got it completely
And
wrong.
Dawson's
right off
like,
the
you got it
bat.
wrong. Let's hear it, Dawson.
So
What?
so how you said that Barbie like wanted to get away from Barbie Land because it was too like run of the mill whatever.
Yeah.
That wasn't the case. She wanted to stay perfect. She wanted to be in Barbie Land the whole time, but she was connected to her kid who was
Well,
getting
okay.
unhappy.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it wasn't her choice. She was just acting on the will of the human that was playing with her.
And she was becoming more and more human. They kept making cellulite jokes. She was getting cellulite on her legs, which is the dimple.
Yeah, it's because the woman drew cellulite Barbie, though.
Yeah,
That's
right.
why.
Well, do we? And she got how this was a funny part of the movie where they had the angled feet for the like real Barbie dolls do. They slip into the high heels.
Yeah.
But then stereotypical Barbie, played by Margot Robbie, great choice for the role, by the way.
Very, very well done, yeah.
Got flat feet. Like as she became more human, her feet kind of collapsed, and that's where this awful clip
Well, I
comes
don't.
from.
You know
if
what?
we wanna,
I didn't. The problem that I had with this movie, and why it was partly political, was that there's supposed to be some trans actor in this.
yeah.
And I watched the whole movie. I couldn't figure out the trans actor. We do have a scene here where the flatfoot Barbie, where she ends up being flatfoot. You tell me if you could tell where the trans actor is in this short clip. Let's see this.
Heels are on the ground.
I'm still confused. I couldn't figure out the trans actor on that one. They all seem like women to me.
To be fair, we did change the tone a little bit, but in the
Well,
movie,
why? Why has he got to do that?
Legal reasons, I
It's
guess. I
the
don't know.
joke. You can't give us some creativity.
I know
here?
it's the joke. We laughed at the joke. Now we're moving on, and we're going to talk about the scene.
Oh, okay.
Because this is a movie review, and we're
Yeah,
not
but you
just
just
gonna.
told everyone that we manipulated the audio. A little
Because I
bit.
was about to make a point before
Okay,
you.
go make your point. Damn it.
Because part of the joke in the movie is that the trans actor is the one that like shouted flat feet, and they lowered the voice already for the actor that already had a low voice because they're transgender.
Yeah,
which I thought was hilarious that they chose the trans person to do the flat feet.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
Even the
And
first scene that he's in, it's just like, what are we doing here?
At
That was
least-
like the first time I got turned off by the movie, honestly.
really.
Yeah, because it's just like, what are we doing here? Why do we have to do this?
It wasn't. Well, one, it was a minor character, and two, it wasn't immediately obvious. Like I was like thinking
It
to
wasn't
myself,
obvious to you?
So what I was thinking is if there, I know there's a trans actor in this movie, and if I had to pick the person I think it is, it's probably this person.
I am utterly shocked you couldn't tell.
I could tell the voice was what gave it away, but
Well,
like
yeah, that's
otherwise,
what I'm
looks
saying.
wise,
Well,
it looks like a girl.
I would think even if you took away the voice, it would be obvious to me.
What do
But
you think?
that's hard
Dawson?
for me to say because once I hear the voice, it's like I know, right?
Well, had you not known that there's a trans actor in this movie, would
Can
you
you do
have
a freeze
known?
frame on the trans actor here? Yeah, on the left there.
Yeah, like they don't have the Adam's apple. That's usually a telltale
Not every
sign.
boy you can see an Adam's
Well,
apple
so
on.
the thing is, with a movie like this, when it comes to costuming and production in general, it's the best that it's gonna be. So if they're gonna dress someone up to look like a girl, and they have done this in other movies with like not trans actors, like they'll look like a girl, outfit-wise, no problem. I actually didn't know that there was a trans person in this movie when I was coming into it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say when you watch it, you didn't notice.
No,
Well,
but
no,
when
we
it-
talked about that on the show before you went to see
I don't
it.
listen to you guys. So
Okay.
Yeah, that's very evident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That he doesn't listen, or that?
No, that he doesn't listen to us on
Yeah,
the show.
yeah.
Yeah, he just. I don't even know how he gets the marks on the switcher. Honestly.
I go entirely by like feel, like I use the force or something. I don't know what I do.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that there was a trans actor in this movie before going in, and then I got in and I was like, oh, a trans actor. Now I don't personally care, but it was like it didn't blend in very well.
It didn't.
Which it didn't seem like they were trying to blend them in, but I don't know.
That was a very intentional choice by the casting director to cast this person.
Yes, that's what they're doing.
Because there was subtle political undertones in this movie, but they don't throw it in your face. They don't make it a big deal, which like they didn't openly say there is a transgender Barbie, which I thought was going to be the case.
This is what I can't stand about Ben Shapiro's review. It's just like you just want to make this all political. It's like just enjoy for the show, and for the show, it really wasn't that great of a show. If you just want to be honest, you had trouble telling us what the plot was.
You didn't let me get through the plot.
Kind of was
first of all.
bad, although the final scene was hilarious.
Jake,
Great
we
final
got to
scene.
go in chronological order.
Okay,
here before we
okay.
jump
Well,
around.
it's his show. Whatever I. By
Am
the
I
way,
wrong
you
here?
didn't notice that you guys were wearing pink, but I did wear a theme for the shirt or for my shirt today, right? All the surfing references, right?
Oh yeah,
That was kind of funny.
is your job
when you
beach,
tried surfing?
Jake? Or I guess
my
your job would
gosh.
be office, I suppose.
See,
See, those were funny scenes.
Those were
yes,
fun.
those were funny scenes.
if you were gonna see the Barbie movie, go for Ken if you're a dude, because like I don't care about Barbies. I played with them as a kid because I have younger sisters like crazy. But
Let's talk more about that, Dawson.
yeah, I've got 4 younger sisters, and they all had
Now,
Barbies.
let's talk
and
more about
brats.
you playing with Barbies. I want to hear more about that. How did that make you feel?
Made me feel great to get to show my sisters that I love and care about them, and I'll play with them even though I don't like their toys.
good-
Even though I'd
Oh,
rather be
Good
playing the
response, Good
GameCube.
response.
I'd
I
rather
love
be
it.
playing GameCube, but they don't want to play with me. So yeah, I'll play with Barbies because I love you guys. But and watch the movie for Ken because Ken was the best part of the movie.
Well, yeah. So
Well,
what
I
happens?
think Kate McKinnon was good too, though.
Kate McKinnon.
Kate
See,
McKinnon.
I think you're really overhyping her.
She's good.
I don't like her as a person.
Okay, can't you see past it? They're actors.
I thought she did an all right job in the film, but I don't think she was the spotlight of the movie. Like,
No, she wasn't
Ryan
the
Gosling did the
spotlight.
best job.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie did a good job
Well,
too.
first of all, Margot Robbie looks the part, played it very well.
yes,
Right.
yep.
Ryan Gosling, great. You know, not the star, but kind of the co-star. But Kate McKinnon's part was pretty damn hilarious. I mean, you
People
gotta
still
admit,
don't understand the plot, so we got to get through that.
There's
and
no
then we
plot.
Can,
That's the problem.
There
was
is a plot.
weak plot to this movie. You keep wanting to go back to a plot. I guess we'll find the plot. All right. Would you like to?
you got to
run the
assume that the
Tell me
people
how you want to
watching
run the
this.
show there. First of all, you guys are clearly running the show around here. You
I was
got
the
me to
one who
watch
said-
Barbie.
I was the one who said
Unbelievable.
we should come in with a roadmap for this. So
I wanted to have a roadmap too because we're kind of jumping all over the
Okay,
place.
how does the movie start? Let's talk about that. Starts with some old ancient scene. What is that movie from?
it's
2001:
2001:
Space Odyssey.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
that was mid. I
I
thought
thought that
it
was good. It was
Going into it, it's like okay, this is I shouldn't be taking this movie seriously.
Yeah.
Which is
Oh, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and Ben Shapiro gets it right. Where there's some good jokes in the beginning of the movie, like you turn on the shower and there's no water that comes out because it's
he
Barbie.
didn't like that. He didn't like that, though. He was like, well, yeah, of course. Of course it doesn't sound like... Of course Barbie doesn't have water in it.
That was
or
a pretty good
house.
impression of him, too.
That was
I
a
like
good
that.
impression.
And it's like, yeah, we know that Barbie's dream house doesn't actually have water in it. That's not...
It's a funny joke.
You're allowed to laugh,
I
Ben.
thought he said it was a funny joke. He was complaining that most of the jokes were in the first scene.
I don't know. I tuned
Yeah,
out.
that's right. He did say that, because then later on in the movie she tries to drink something and it's weird, but it's like, yeah. So you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the way he said it, I kind of understand what you're saying. Anyhow, that's about all we need to do reviewing Ben Shapiro. It's just like cringeworthy watching his review. Maybe this is too, but I think here you're gonna get some dynamics because you love the movie. Says the best movie you've ever seen. Dawson's like, you got to go
Fake
see
news.
this movie. And I'm like, I wasn't a good movie. Even my wife didn't think it was a good movie.
Why
We
did
weren't feeling
what
it.
did your wife think about the movie? I'm curious.
She's probably glad she saw it, but she didn't like it. She didn't think it was that great. You know, we like stellar good movies, like Shawshank Redemption, really good movie. This is not.
You can't compare Barbie
well, that's
to
true. That's just a
Shawshank
comedy.
Redemption.
Okay, so comedies, like great comedies.
Dumb and Dumber 2.
Shut up.
Well, so this was
Well, okay. So let's put it in a category that I think is most similar to it is
Yep.
Elf. It was
Yeah.
very Elf-work.
Yes.
I mean, Will Ferrell's even in this movie. Did he produce it or do anything like that? I don't know. But it's magical Barbie Land, Barbie World, whatever it is, that you can leave and then come into the real world. That's
Right.
Elf,
Yeah.
right? He's in North
Yeah.
Pole. There's like cartoonish characters. He hikes along, gets on a little what do you call it? I was gonna say glacier.
piece of
not
ice or
glacier.
something,
What's that?
like a little piece of ice.
Piece of ice, yeah. He floats in, and then all of a sudden he's in Manhattan,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
That's the plot of Elf, by the way. That's just it. They have the same amount of plot, the two movies.
Yeah, but see, Elf, in my opinion, well, first of all, James Caan, right? So there you go. You got like one of the great actors of, I shouldn't say of our time.
Was he the dad?
Yeah, he's the dad. In that.
Okay, I didn't.
Well, this was a good cast too. Again, Margot Robbie, Will Ferrell, Ryan Gosling.
Well, first
you
of
had
all-
who plays Alan?
Alex.
Michael Cera.
yeah.
Michael Cera was
So
funny.
Michael Cera, you did a good job too,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Because he
He's
plays
funny.
a good awkward guy, awkward character. For those who, I don't know if anyone played with Barbies growing up. I didn't. I learned that Alan is Ken's best friend, and in Barbie world, there are like a million different kinds of Kens, but there's only one Alan, and that's kind of like the funny shtick. That he
Yeah.
just kind of doesn't fit in. He's kind of a weird Barbie that they only made one of, apparently.
I think Elf is a good comparison, and I guess it's interesting, Dawson. You're kind of calling me on this, but I don't know why the two are so different. Maybe it's just that Barbie has low interest to me because I'm not feminine at all. I'm a very masculine kind of guy, right? What's so funny?
The most masculine men do have to say they're very masculine.
You're the guy wearing pink in here.
I'm comfortable with my masculinity.
So I kind of wonder if maybe I'm just rejecting for that reason. I don't know.
It could be that. Could be how Elf was not political in the slightest, as
That's
far
true.
as I remember. I didn't watch it very much.
Well, maybe that's it because it was. Well, first of all, this stupid thing you got to have a trans actor in every freaking film
Okay,
nowadays, which is
but
so stupid.
I have a point on that. It
Yeah.
did have a trans actor in it, but they had a minor part, and also it was not brought up that they were trans at all. Isn't that
Right.
ideally how
It
you
wasn't
would
thrown
want-
in your face.
Yeah,
Isn't
but
that-
I know what's going on behind the scenes, so maybe I can't get over it. Plus, it's like that's a dude. You can hear the voice, so it's like
Yeah.
playing a woman's role, right? But I think the where they're going. Oh, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself again, William. Go on, tell us how you want to do this show.
Well, now I think we should go in order because again,
go in
people-
order. Someone's got to start the
so
order.
we got to talk about Ken's role.
All right.
So Barbie and Ken, right?
yeah.
So Ken,
I love this. I love Ken. He's
we
so good in
love
this
Ken.
movie.
We love Ryan Gosling. We love all the Kens. But in Barbie world, Barbie Land, whatever it is, the Kens are subservient to the
No,
Barbies.
Barbie World's in Florida. Barbie Land is in California.
That was good.
Thank you.
So Ken is always trying to suck up to Barbie, always trying to get Barbie's attention. When Barbie goes to the real world, Ken sneaks in her car, comes with her. When they get to the real world, and here's where things get political, but it's also funny at the same time. Things are supposedly reversed, and the patriarchy rules. Men rule everything, and women are subservient to the men, and all that. But Ken really comes into his own. He's like, oh, this is pickup trucks, horses, America. This is so cool. And that one scene where he's realizing it all, I'm like, yes, yes, Ken. And so they go back to Barbie Land, Barbie World eventually, and then Ken just turns it into this awesome man paradise with the Casa. What was it? Casa Dojo.
The Mojo Dojo Casa House.
Yes, yes, that was fun. See, that was funny.
I'm not saying there weren't really funny parts, and most of the Ken's parts were pretty funny.
And this is like the peak of the problem or action or whatever, where Ken turns everything into Kenland or Ken World, and then he brainwashes the Barbies into being these bimbos that feed him beer or whatever. But Ken's walking around wearing this mink, this fake mink. What would he call that? Like a cape?
Just a fur coat.
A fur coat,
it wasn't
yeah.
mink.
He's got the sunglasses. He's got the second pair of sunglasses he puts on.
It's awesome.
He's just awesome. Tell me that there wasn't a lot of testosterone coming from Ken in that moment.
Yeah, I don't know. When they broke down and did a dance routine, I kind of thought maybe he's not that man.
No. Dance routines, especially ones like that, are some of the manliest things that you can do.
Whatever.
Like, yeah, anybody can go kill a deer, but do you know how much dedication and focus and drive you have to learn all of that choreography and run it over and over?
Listen, they were portraying him as very masculine, and I gotta admit, they got some things right. My wife looks over when they do that thing about him watching The Godfather. Oh, tell me more Godfather. My wife looks at me like, oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, because so one of the Barbies goes up to this Ken, and she's like, I haven't seen Godfather. What is this? And then the Ken's like, you haven't seen The Godfather? It is the best cinematography. It is an American classic. Blah 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 blah. That was
I'm
funny.
beginning to think we're reminiscing so much on this movie. It's gonna sound like people should go see it. I don't really know if I agree with it. Oh yeah, I know you guys think so. It just maybe I was turned off towards the end. I didn't like how they finished the movie.
I didn't either.
Okay,
But
which
think
ruined the
we can get to
movie
that.
for me. I think because they built it on some pretty good actors. I mean, Michael Cera, right? Ellen. I even know. That's the other thing is a lot of the references went over me. Obviously, I know who Barbie is. I know Ken. I knew that there's different kind of Barbies, right?
Pregnant
Crazy
Barbie.
Barbie was not a real character. That's just like people mutilating their Barbies, right?
Yeah.
So I obviously know that reference. I didn't know there's someone named Alan.
I didn't
Never heard of
either.
that.
And this is why it was great to go with, in your case, it was great to go with your wife. I went with my wife, and she was telling me, oh, I had that growing up. Oh, I had that play set growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a lot of it, nostalgia for, the teenagers to
Yes.
college-aged girls.
Right.
And their boyfriends or husbands or whatever.
I feel like there's a movie recently that brought up that nostalgia with me, and I can't think of what I'm remembering here.
For me, that movie is the Lego movie. When that one came out, I was like,
Mario movie.
Oh,
That would be
yeah.
it,
that too, yeah.
right? Because they had great references to different Marios. I mean, obviously you're a lot more, Dawson, but I grew up playing it on.
That's a very similar plot, too, isn't it?
It's similar. The plot in the Mario movie is baby stuff. Plot in the Barbie movie is a little bit more
That's true. There are more adult references.
yeah.
So here's where we get to the good part, I think, with Will Ferrell's role and all the corporate people.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it provided a very good anti-woke message, if you think about it. Because Will Ferrell's the CEO. He's playing the CEO of Mattel, and he has this whole boardroom full of men. And all they're concerned about is, oh, yeah, no, we're pro-feminist. We care about women's rights. We do all that stuff. And they kind of project that. And I think that's...
but they're numbnutses. They look
Exactly.
like lemmings. Yeah, but that's so it makes it sound like they shouldn't be that way.
Wait. William, you think you're saying that the businessmen were saying that they are pro-feminist, so that's anti-woke?
Yeah, it's a satirical bit.
Oh, because they're so dumb that they're just saying this stuff. I don't know. I
Right,
think that's
right.
a stretch there.
Well, they're
So
all
you're
driven.
Like, you're like Shapiro. You're trying to make everything political about the movie.
Well, no, if we are going to talk about the politics of the movie, I think this is a great example of like, because at the end, Will Ferrell's like, oh, we can't do a Barbie like that. And then the guy whispers in his ear or whatever. And he's like, this will make us a lot of money. He's like, oh, well, let's do it then. Again, they're all driven by profits. And if like feminism or LGBT stuff is like where they're going to make their money, then heck yeah, they're all in on it.
Do you remember what that Barbie was? What was the Barbie that would make a lot of
Like
money?
a regular mom
Regular
or
mom
something.
Barbie,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
in other words, women power, because that's what the movie was, women power. And then they undermine the one political message they have in the movie by having a man playing a woman in it. Like, in other words, it's all a woman power movie, but one woman didn't get casted in that movie because a dude was playing a woman.
This is true. This is true.
Pretending to be a woman. I guess probably pretends to be a woman in real life, right? So good job, guys. Women's rights, but men could do it well too. What are you looking at?
I
Dawson?
don't think that I agree with William's take on the business thing.
You don't?
Because I think I'm just still a little confused. They are anti-woke because...
No, I'm not saying they're anti-woke. I'm saying it's an anti-woke message because these businessmen who in real life don't give a crap about, feminism or whatever, but they feel that it's ESG. They feel the need to espouse these values because that's what's profitable for them. And that was a real big message through Mattel.
I mean, at
in
the
the
end of the
movie.
day, the message of the movie is going to be whatever the person takes out of it. I actually got the opposite of that. I got that that the patriarchal corporate business is bad because they are doing those things just for profit.
Yeah, I mean that's. By the way, there's a scene I remember where they're like, "Oh, well, we don't have any female CEOs, but the current CEO of Mattel is a woman, and has been for a while." So I think
that whole scene that you're talking about, Will Ferrell was like, "But there's tons of my mom's a woman,
yeah.
and so is my aunt," and
Yeah.
it's like Will Ferrell was very funny in the movie.
We didn't, I guess, build up the dynamic between Barbie and Ken. So Ken makes plenty of passes with Barbie, and she ignores him. And basically, it's a woman-dominated world, this Barbie Land or whatever it is.
Right.
And Ken feels repressed, and basically not well liked and has no value in the Barbie Land society.
One of the lines is Ken only exists when he's in Barbie's sight.
Right,
which
right.
is
Ken is quite literally an incel or Volso, do we think?
He has no.
It would be
He
an
wants to but he wants to make moves at Barbie. That was also a joke in the movie that they
what
don't
was
have
he gonna do with
genitalia.
Barbie though? That's the interesting thing. Were they gonna start bumping?
Well, they even make a joke
bumping
about
pelvis,
that, like
pelvic areas or like. What are
yeah,
they
he
gonna
has
do?
to stay the night, and then she's like, "To do what?" And he's like, "I have no idea." Yeah, I thought that was funny. That was a good.
fun.
Yeah.
So then when they go to the real world and realize, oh, it's a big patriarchy, and that's the dumbest thing ever. Like, it's a patriarchal society. It's so dumb. But
I did
anyhow.
take issue with that scene where, like, everybody's hitting on Barbie, everyone's like rushing to sexually assault Barbie. Like, that doesn't happen to that degree. That doesn't happen.
Construction workers catcalling. I mean,
Well, not just
there's
that. Well,
a
yeah,
little
that
bit
is,
of
no, that
truth
stuff
in
happens, but like with the
flattering should be
intensity.
flattering. Yeah, of
The
course, they gotta
intensity that
well,
would
but
do
it's
that.
also a movie, so
It is a
of
movie.
course
Right.
they
No,
have to
that's
make
why I
that
don't
more
look too much
intense.
into that, right?
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, Ken starts coming of his own, and somehow he goes back to Barbie Land, which is weird because I thought everything in Barbie Land is related to how the people playing with the dolls are doing it. But somehow Ken goes back to Barbie Land, and men take over society, right? That's a little bizarre thing. But it's like, well, yeah, that's kind of truthful because women actually do like masculine men, right? They kind of value men.
I know all about that.
Yes, you do. Yep. When you're not wearing that pink, you're flexing all the time. And so then it's like, well, where's this movie going to go? And it's like, maybe they could make a really good point that we could coexist and that there's good values to both genders. But that's not where they win in the end. Women rule again, and they take over Barbie Land. So
Women rule again, but Ken is enough. He's Knuff.
He's Knuff.
He learns to be his own Ken, as much as Barbie learns to be
But
her
he's
own
still
Barbie.
rejected by Barbie.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. I thought
Yeah.
they were going to come together at the
Yeah,
end.
they
and-
should have came together, realized they both need each other.
No, but that's
that
not
would've
what
been-
they are. They're not. They were never in a relationship.
Well, hold on. Isn't that the whole point in Ken?
They
No,
were in a
that's-
relationship.
You played Barbies, I didn't. So I always understood that, like, girls would play with Barbie and Ken was the boyfriend.
Yeah. Well, that's how
'Cause,
they pitched it in the
little
movie
girls,
too.
little girls, plan weddings, like, right? So that's probably what they were doing. Is they? So why wouldn't they done the movie? Like, isn't that the
Because
dynamic?
of
Am I
what
missing something?
because of what happened in the movie. Why would Barbie want to be with Ken after all of this crazy shit happened between the two?
Because
Oh,
Barbie.
jeez, yeah. There's not like women that have all the signs in the world and still go back to men. I mean, there's some real life for you.
Well, and Ken only became the way that he did because Barbie literally treated him like trash.
Yes, rejected him.
Right.
Wait,
Not just rejected him, but like belittled him.
Treated
She
him
treated
like
him
trash?
like garbage
Yeah.
When?
all the time. Showed him
The
he had
whole
no
like
value.
first half of the movie. What are you talking
What do you
about?
What do you mean? Showed him he had no value. She was treating him like a friend. At the end of the day,
He was no, not
They were in a
relationship.
relationship though, and he was that they were in a relationship.
No, they weren't in a relationship. Where'd you
yes,
get
they
that
were.
From? No,
There's a
he
line where they
wanted to
say
be in a
boyfriend and
relationship.
girlfriend.
He wanted to be
I'm
in a
gonna look this
relationship. They
up.
wouldn't be in a relationship.
right? That's
She kept
what
rejecting
I get to.
him. He doesn't get a house. In fact, she didn't know where he lived. That was kind of funny.
He just lives at the
Yeah,
beach.
he lives at the beach. Like, he has no role. It's all all to serve Barbie, And it's not like the opposite here is in the real world. Well, he just got a video of you on your phone there, by the way, William.
Well, that's
Huh?
the thing.
He did that to you.
He doesn't live to serve Barbie. At the beginning of the movie, he only exists when she's looking at him. At the end of the movie, he exists all the time.
Okay, so here's from
Do you
an
think
article.
anyone's watching this and going, oh, wait, why is Bridget not here this day they're talking about this dynamic?
Bridget didn't want to see the movie.
Yeah, good for her. Smart move.
So here's what ABC says. Barbie, the new movie about the classic doll and her boyfriend Ken, is now in theaters.
Oh, yeah.
While
Hold
the
on.
iconic
ABC says it, so it's got to be true. I mean, this is only The Truth Hurts with the lying corporate media where we
I
expose them.
watched the movie. No, the narrator pitched them as boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah, well, the narrator got wrong, too. Fake news. Total fake news.
Okay, so you're just not willing to concede
No,
this
but
point.
it was obvious she kept rejecting him. Well, how are they boyfriend
They
and
weren't
girlfriend?
reject. She was just being a crappy girlfriend.
I did not get that impression. I thought that she even said at the end she had no interest in him.
No, because she did say that, but like from a perspective that they were previously together.
I don't think you're right about this. What do you think, Dawson?
Honestly, I think I need to see the movie again.
Oh my God!
All right, let's cut
Okay.
things right
Oh.
here. Let's all go watch the movie.
How about we
again.
go see Sound of Freedom again? That would be a much better movie. And honestly, I want to see Oppenheimer. That's what I'd be.
Let's
I'd
see
Oppenheimer.
3 hours a
Good.
day. By the way, another reason I didn't like the movie is I went over here to the AMC in Roseville and freaking popcorn sucks there. That really.
You need to
that
go to
re-
Marcus Theater. I got the.
I know. I have much better there.
I got the $25 popcorn tub with the $4 refills every time, and Maya and I go see movies.
Sorry,
enough.
$25 popcorn tub. What does that mean?
It's like this big popcorn thing.
So you come back with your plastic tub the next time?
yeah, and then you get $4, and we've more than made up for the value of it. He's like, "What's a large popcorn cost?"
Yeah,
Like,
I know what you're talking
That's
about.
a pretty smart idea.
Yeah.
But I prefer AMC just because that's the rewards I've been using for forever.
Mm.
I know, but the popcorn there sucked. And I didn't realize also that you had to put your own butter on it the first time. I mean, these are healthy decisions, no doubt
Marcus
about
does it for you.
What's that?
Marcus puts on the butter for you.
Yeah, they do. And then they do the half thing. So they give me a full bucket of popcorn. And I didn't realize I had to go do the butter. It was already made, by the way. So then I had without the extra butter because,
What you're supposed
good
to do is
decisions there.
put a little bit of popcorn in, then put some butter in, then
That's
put
what-
more
yeah, that's what
popcorn
Marcus
in.
will do
yeah.
for you.
Yep.
So go watch it at Marcus Theaters. Actually, don't go watch it. Go watch something else. Sound of Freedom is much better. Much better movie. Do you agree with that?
They're different.
Well, they're
They're for
different. but I'm
different
saying if-
audiences.
let's say somebody has one movie to go see, okay? Because let's be honest, you guys, you're youngsters, right? You got time on your hands. A lot of our audience, my age, probably a little bit older, right? They aren't going to be able to go see movies as frequently. Certainly if you got little kids like me. So if they could go see one movie in the next month, what do they go see?
If Sound of Freedom is still in theaters, is it?
It is, yeah, of course.
I'd say see Sound of Freedom.
What do you think it wasn't in theaters for It's not even a month into it.
Oh, it feels like it's been in theaters
4th
for
of
forever
July.
now.
It started on the 4th of July. We're still in July.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So what do you see? What do they see?
I said Sound of Freedom.
What do you say, Dawson?
Out of all of the movies that are currently playing in AMC,
They are.
okay, well they're re-showing Toy Story. That's
You know, I
pretty
did
tough.
hear that. I do want to go see Toy Story
Yeah, I'm
again.
talking about the new ones.
Yeah.
Not-
So I'm on a movie seeing streak because of dates lately. Don't see The Flash. Asteroid City was great if you are a Wes
He's making
Anderson
this way too
fan.
complicated.
Asteroid City was good.
If you're not an,
Holy crap! You guys are watching a lot of movies.
if you're not a Wes Anderson fan, don't see Asteroid City as your first one. Watch like Fantastic Mr. Fox. Joyride was hilarious. Little Mermaid was worthless.
Didn't see that one. I refused to see that one.
Across the Spider-Verse is
Very good.
probably the one that you should see, but also
forgot about
Oppenheimer
that one.
was marvelous.
Oppenheimer was very good.
Yeah.
What'd you give Barbie? Let's start with you. Out of 10, score. What is Barbie in your mind?
5.5.
I mean that. Like, you give it a 5.5, and I'm thinking like you're thinking this movie's really good. That's not a good score. 5.5 is low.
Yeah, Jake,
why
you
tell people to-
you've been putting words in my mouth the whole time here.
You
Like
sound
I think
Jesse's move.
Lion Jake putting words in my no, I think there are good elements to the movie that people aren't talking about, and
Well, that's
people have
true.
just been trashing the movie. I feel slightly inclined to defend it. Overall, I thought it was an okay movie. It wasn't the best I've ever seen. It wasn't the worst I've ever seen. I put it right in the middle.
Yeah. So Shapiro says that. He's like, oh, it's the worst movie I've ever seen. Like, are you serious? That's the worst movie you've ever seen? You don't watch a lot of movies.
Well, I think if you asked him, he probably uses a bit of hyperbole in his
Absolutely.
interview to keep it interesting. But yeah, I mean, he's
So you give 5,
Yes,
5.5.
yes.
What do you give it?
You're telling me Ben Shapiro uses hyperbole ever? That's ridiculous. Barbie, I'd give it. I didn't get to talk about production design at all. It's gonna win the Oscar for production design.
yes, that was the costumes.
More
the
than Oppenheimer?
sets. Oh yeah, that was very good.
Okay, well Oppenheimer built another nuke for it. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, they didn't use any CGI. So.
But Barbie is like just on another level. They made a whole Barbie world. That's crazy. So that's fantastic. And I thought that Ken was just really fun. I'm
Did
gonna
you
give
tell
it
me
a-
that there's like a shortage of pink paint right now in Hollywood because of that movie?
Not just in Hollywood, in the world. There's
In
a
the whole
world
world?
shortage of pink because of that
the
movie.
one movie?
Yes,
That can't be true unless people are painting things pink because of the movie.
we can put the article headline.
What's the article?
over the?
That would be crazy.
I don't have it right now, but in post, I'm
post,
gonna fade
yeah.
it up. There you go.
Well, what is it? I don't believe that. You're saying that the set took all the pink paint in the world?
Yeah,
Pink paint.
Did you see how big
shortage.
Barbie World was? It's huge.
NPR, did Barbie really cause a run of pink paint? Let's get the full picture. So much so that in fact, I don't know. This is
Now
why
it was
can't they just
half
tell me?
marketing because if
It's
it comes
clickbait.
out,
It is clickbait.
oh my gosh, our movie has so much pink in it, you can't get pink paint.
here you go. Los Angeles Times: Barbie production emptied a company's worldwide supply of pink paint.
a company. Okay.
Worldwide supply.
That's
No.
pretty silly.
That is a lot of pink.
I'm gonna give Barbie a 7.
7?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I didn't think that it's plot.
Well, okay.
was
So
not-
in comedies, like right, because
that's what
it's
I'm
fair.
judging
I
it
can't
as, yeah.
compare this to great movies like Godfather, right? Different category. I played right into that one, didn't
Mhm.
I? But like it's a comedy, okay?
Yeah,
It's a satirical comedy, nonetheless.
It's a comedy, so
it was rated PG, right?
13.
PG-13.
probably PG-13. So what's like the top comedy for you?
A top comedy for me.
By the way, 7's a rookie score. Total rookie score.
What do you
You got to
mean?
put a point something after it, otherwise you look like you don't know what you're
look
talking about.
sophisticated enough.
Yeah.
No, I'm the one that knows the most about what they're talking about when it comes to the Barbie movie.
Clearly not. You gave it a 7.
So I'm trying to think of comedies just in general. Can like name off a few so I can get.
If
my
you
brain
say
working.
airplane, you look very sophisticated.
Oh.
Airplane's great.
Airplane
and,
is fan-
And
oh.
I used the reference on the show yesterday. as you said, surely you can't be
I
serious.
am serious, and don't call me
And
Shirley.
like Monty Python, the Holy Grail, like way
Okay,
up there.
that's like that's like second lowest to fart humor. But
You don't like Monty Python?
no,
Okay.
no, I didn't say that. I love Monty Python. It's genius, but the humor in it is low.
Oh, I just realized you guys still haven't seen Super Troopers because they didn't get my references in a meeting once. With you guys see Super Troopers. Let's go to, if we went to like, because I think Dumb and Dumber's great comedy, right?
The original one.
Yeah, that's what. Of
The
course.
second one, yeah.
No, whatever. That's dumb. Dumber.
It is a dumb movie. Yeah.
They don't make a lot of great comedies these days. I think you go back. I think like Wedding Crashers. Have you guys seen that movie?
Yeah, with
great-
Owen Wilson and
And Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn. Love
Great.
Vince Vaughn.
I have not seen that one, no.
No, you haven't. Okay. See, you're giving a score 7. I'm thinking you're getting it close to those movies. I don't think. Well, how about Bridesmaids?
I like
Didn't you just say
Bridesmaids a lot.
5.5 was low?
I think that's my score is
5.5 is low and 7 is high.
Yeah, he's a point and a half higher than you. I'll give it a 5.2. Okay, so I'm right there around you because there are definitely some funny parts. It's not the worst movie ever, but it's 5.2 in my opinion.
So
7.
yep, a 7. Ken
See, like
carries the movie.
Bridesmaid. What would you give Bridesmaids? Because that's another movie. I was like, that's part of the reason I went to this movie. I was like, I never would have thought Bridesmaid was a good movie. I thought it was all just chick stuff. And then I went to Bridesmaids. I'm like, that's pretty damn funny. That's a good movie.
I mean,
that's-
Ken alone, if Ryan Gosling didn't play Ken and they didn't make Ken so funny and awesome, my score would have been a lot
Oh,
lower.
it'd be much lower. Yeah.
Like
he
the
brought
horse,
fire.
the horse, the
Horsey.
Gangnam Style, it was all funny.
Oh, I
it was
took
great.
that more as a Monty Python theme. They just needed the coconuts.
Horse is an extension of man.
Yeah, no, it's
It's so
great.
funny. So,
What
so
is it-
Bridesmaids, I would give lower than Barbie, and the reason why is because I am not a bridesmaid, nor have I ever been one, nor will I ever be
And you're a
one.
Barbie?
I'm a Ken. I'm a Ken.
he's
just,
literally me, Jake.
He's
just
Alan.
like you, Jake. You're a Ken. We're
No.
all Kens
No.
here.
Actually,
No,
yeah,
This is stupid.
it's more of an Alan.
IMDb gives it 7.5 out of 10 stars.
And that
That's with
includes
125,000 reviews.
audience score, right?
That is audience score.
Oh, I was thinking
125
Rotten
there's
Tomatoes.
125,000 actual critics.
Yeah.
It as a comedy was great. It as I don't care about the politics of the movie really. It
Okay,
is
well, part of the problem is 25,000 people gave it a 10. Like, that's the best movie they've ever seen.
This is
Right.
why
And then
democracy's a
this is-
sham, Jake.
This is funny. One got 12.1%. The distribution of scores is kind of hilarious. It looks like a lot of people fell in that 7 category. Looks like, William, you and I are really bizarre because we're in the 5. Now, once again, I could see women thinking this movie was better than we did for many reasons. So
Yeah, totally.
I'm guessing.
One of
Once
the
again,
things that
is it the best that we're reviewing it? Actually, we kind of decided to do this because it's funny. The only reason you convinced me to do this review is because you said look at the Ben Shapiro review, and I was so dumb that I was like, well, let's just clown him,
Yeah.
And then I kind of agree with him. Not bad a movie it is, but not the worst movie ever. It's just
Well, we probably I liked it better than Ben did. I just felt compelled to do this because Ben's takes were so bad. Again, it's a 40-year-old man who's saying, "Oh, this is made for."
38-year-old man or 39-year-old man.
Oh, I thought he was 40.
No, I'm telling you, I looked it up. I was like, he sounds older than me.
Oh,
He looks younger than me, and he's young. Yeah, he's younger than me. It's like, why are you sounding older than me? What do you do? Like, is this?
well,
a
because
role?
his big complaint was, "Oh, this is made for 8-year-olds and it has adult humor and adult references like The Godfather." It's not made for kids. I genuinely don't think
No,
it was.
definitely not made for kids.
Yeah.
No.
The thing that proved to me that it wasn't made for kids was when it was like, oh, I'm trying to connect to my human or whatever, and it's the little girl that she's connecting to is what you think, but no, it's the mom that
There
she's
you go.
connecting to.
Yeah, fair point.
Immediately, okay.
But
this is
even
not a
that,
kid's
even
movie.
that girl's not a kid. She's a teenager.
Right.
So it's
Who's
not made
got
for
tired
kids.
with playing with Barbies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's in high school. She's a teenager. She's
Did you-
not a kid.
Did you guys catch that twist before before it was revealed that it was the mom's.
Oh, I did
Well,
from the beginning.
when you saw the sketches, you're like, hey, why is she drawing the cellulite Barbie, right?
I halfway through, so I went with my roommate, and halfway through, like a little bit after the montage happened of Barbie connecting to the kid, I was like, oh, the mom was in every single one of those. Watch it be the mom, and it was.
Before I even knew that she was the mom, like, yeah, her doing the sketches and the fact that they covered the woman's face in those flashbacks. I'm like, oh, okay, it's gonna be this person.
How long is this video?
47 minutes right now.
Shit.
Dawson's gonna have to do a lot of editing.
Yeah, I was hoping to be less than the 43 minutes Shapiro did, and now we did more. Now, granted, he did it by himself.
He ranted the whole time.
Yeah, so at least we had conversation.
Absolutely.
All right, well, anyhow, we got a 5.5, we got a 7, and we got a 5.2. There's your review for Barbie the movie.
Let us know if you want to do Oppenheimer next, and also like this video.
Or suggest another movie because we love
I'll put it
seeing
this way.
movies.
We'll see what the comments section say. I'm still not convinced people want us to do these reviews. Sound of Freedom made sense. Everyone wanted to see our Sound of Freedom review. This one, I'm not so certain. If I'm wrong and you guys are right, we'll do actual team building events and we'll go see movies together. But at Marcus, so we get better popcorn. Because you gotta be honest. Like you go to the movie theaters to get popcorn. Right?
It is nice having the AMC close by. I will give Dawson that, but Marcus is superior.
Yes, but I want better popcorn. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. There you go. That's a review. Barbie the movie. Don't go see it. Or see it if you
I'm not
believe
saying
Dawson's right.
Yeah.
Go see it.
All
It's
right.
fun.
Whatever. I don't care. Go see it. That's fine. You're going to come to the same conclusion I had. If you're a dude, if you're a woman, who knows? Maybe you'll like it.
No, you're gonna come to the same conclusion Dawson and I had. Ken is cool.
Ken is cool.
Well, I agree with
literally
that. Yeah. Okay.
And remember, you are.
That's all you need from the movie.
See, the thing about going to Sound of Freedom, you come away from that movie, you're like, I want, I want to do something about it, right? So this is not a comedy show that we do here.
I mean, again, you
That's
can't
the thing
compare
is-
those two movies.
Yeah,
though.
no,
Like, you
but
keep
I'm saying
invoking
our
Sound of
audience,
Freedom.
if we're going to do a review, they're going to be like, I want to know something that like means something. You go there and you get chuckles, right? We're reminiscing the chuckles.
I don't
but
think
I don't
that's
know.
true.
Well, I mean, we want to reach new audiences with this
Now,
video.
what kind of audience? What audiences we're trying to reach here?
People who find this stuff funny. I don't know.
Yeah, but are we gonna be a little fearful the audiences like Barbie and then don't really like
No,
the rest of our show?
on Rumble.
Well, this goes on YouTube as well.
Well, yeah, but like, do we really care? We do care about YouTube, but do
All
we
right.
really?
Well, I think the moral of the story here is I listen to the people and value the opinions of the people around me. So there you go. And they got me to watch Barbie, and they got me to do this review. But we want to know what you guys think, so put that in the comment section and let us know. Thank you very much for tuning in.